Tommy White ruled him down. If Vicekahema were to watch this, he would not like what he sees in Hughes, because Hughes tried to make something out of nothing, and it came back and bit him in the rear end.
Joseph picked up that loose ball, but they ruled him down by contact at the 10-yard line. In fact, it's now been spotted at the 14 with his forward progress before that spin-around wrestling throwdown by Hager. Getting into it, a hearty group of Eagles fans here today in this cold weather. Plows out to the 20-yard line. Gain of 6. Andy Harmon on the tackle. Let's go back and take a look at that touchdown play.
Well, if you remember with that touchdown play, what they were doing was they were pounding this way the whole time. Now what they do is they'll fake here and they'll bring the tight end out, and he has really 2 options to go to. Here's the fake. They draws everybody over. Look at how everybody draws over here. Now look, here's the clean man. Here's the clean man. Take your pick. It's Favaro for 6.
Second and 4 as we're back live at the 20-yard line. He walks the quarterback, and the lead from Mike Buckner is ineffective. Got picked up. Allen again, and will walk in. Touchdown, Eagles. For Torrance Small, Eric Allen again snipped that out all the way, his 4th touchdown of the season on 6 pickoffs. And that ties an NFL record for the All-Pro quarterback, number 21.
Well, what he did was ran the route for him. And you can credit Walsh for looking all the way, and you can credit Eric Allen for great anticipation, seeing it, and making the break before the ball was ever thrown.
Now Roger Ruzek will see if he can get one through here unimpeded this time. He does. Yeah, they give him a little extra there. All right, Roger. A somewhat bemused look on the kicker's face. Eric Allen's 4th touchdown on an interception, and that ties an NFL record. Ken Houston of the Vikings, Jim Kearney of the Kansas City Chiefs, and Allen, Pro Bowl cornerback, Ken Houston of the Oilers, and Kearney of the Chiefs, and a good 2-touchdown effort today by Eric Allen, picking off Steve Walsh. Tyrone Hughes returning it out to the 34-yard line.
Well, Eric Allen is in zone. Now see, Walsh never looked anywhere except one spot, and that's exactly what Eric Allen was reading. Now they went to zone, and all he did was he read the quarterback and then dropped and made the break on the ball before it was thrown.
2 of those today by Eric Allen. Derek Brown on first down. Ankle tackle right at the line of scrimmage by Andy Harmon.
Yeah, see Eric Allen on that touchdown. He's lined up. Now watch him break right here on the receiver before the ball's thrown. Now here it comes. See, there's the break. Now the ball's thrown. In effect, he ran the pattern for Walsh. Anticipated very, very well. His second one of the day. 2 touchdowns for Eric Allen.
Philadelphia points on the Saints turnovers today. Every single time. Walsh complete to Quinn Early, and Early gets about 9. Detroit leading the Bears 20-14, and it looks more and more as Green Bay walloping the Raiders 28-0 that this Central Division title race goes down to the final week. And indeed, Matt and I will be in Detroit next week at the Silverdome for that battle. Buffalo and the Jets have a dogfight. Look at New England.
I think New England,
for them.
Yeah, they got themselves a pretty good football team. You know, they have played close games all year long, and I think they've kind of turned the corner up there in New England.
3rd and a long yard. Muster has the first down, New Orleans. Over the 45 of the Saints. We're in the fourth quarter. Eagles in command of the score 37-19, but we have had a bunch of turnovers and quick scores of one kind or another. So with all this time remaining, there's certainly ample opportunity for the Saints to get themselves back into things. They had the early lead, 9-0. William Perry coming out for a little relief here on first down, New Orleans. Brown, good open field tackle by Mark McMillan. Gain of about 2. McMillan, the 5'9", 160-pounder from Alabama. Well, the Giants and Dallas are playing in our doubleheader games, and Giants looking awfully good these last few weeks.
Yeah, well, the Giants have been the most consistent. I think Dallas is still the most talented. Phoenix is playing good football. Washington just had an unbelievable injured year.
Walsh on second down, the Muster out of the backfield. Got about 3 to the 50-yard line.
Well, this is the kind of offense that I expected in the second half, going to the short passing game underneath. Unfortunately for Walsh, Eric Allen has known that and has really anticipated it to the tune of 14 points.
Saints with only one timeout remaining. Rich Miano has come into the secondary to join Eric Allen and company. Linebacker comes out, next go back in on third down. About 6. Hilliard in the backfield, and Walsh goes downfield. He's incomplete.
Poorly thrown. Yeah, he knew where he had to go. He had man all over the field. He went with the single to Miano. Miano was right underneath, and then the ball just was underthrown. He had an opportunity for a good play.
Dorrance Small had to step on the cornerback McMillan here, but the ball comes up short.
Yeah, well, he had time to throw. Mechanics were right. He just didn't get enough arm into it, because if that ball is thrown over the outside shoulder of Small, that's a big play.
Barnhart standing at his 35. Hits from the 40. Good punt into the wind. And will be down at about the 13-yard line of the Philadelphia Eagles, who with 8:33 remaining in this fourth quarter have a commanding lead. 37-19. Eagles on top. And this is now final. The Lions, who have picked up a lot of doubters the last several weeks, beat the Bears in Chicago. And they will now face that showdown next Sunday in the Silverdome against the Green Bay Packers, who shut out the LA Raiders today. James Joseph digs it out to the 20-yard line.
Well, it's funny. When we spoke with Mike Holmgren at the beginning of the season, he had a feeling that this Central Division was going to come down to the last week of the season. And how prophetic was that? They're going in there, Detroit and Green Bay. It looks like they're going to both be 9-6 on the last week in Detroit, and it should be a good game.
Well, I thought this afternoon that you had the feeling that the Raiders might just beat Green Bay.
I'm surprised at that score.
28-6. Joseph at the 24-yard line, close to a first down. Vaughn Johnson made the tackle. They're dividing the time today with James Williams at linebacker as Johnson.
Well, it's been a good job by the offensive line. Watch the offensive line just do a good job. They won't blow anybody. You won't see anybody going back this way, but you're going to see people on people. Look at this. Everybody on somebody. And that gives the running back the opportunity to pick his spot and then get into the linebacker.
They'll measure for this one. Brister, meanwhile, 20 of 29 today in these cold, windy conditions, 195 yards and 3 touchdowns. Bubby Brister really made an impression on Richie Cote.